Meet David. He knows play-based learning, or PBL, is an important tool to help children of all ages learn in a program. In this video, we'll explain how you can modify P.O.W.E.R and other play activities to meet different learning objectives. First, you need a clear learning objective. Next, think about what children need to do to reach that objective. Do children need to know something, use a skill, or form an attitude? In David's case, the learning objective is to identify needs, rights, and responsibilities, and his objective requires children to know something. First, they need to be able to differentiate wants and needs. Then they can learn to connect universal needs with rights and responsibilities. Once you know what children need to do to meet the objective, think about the types of activities that help them do this. How can his club do this through PBL? As you think of your own ideas, consider the children's interests and activities they are familiar with or find engaging. If your session is about a sensitive or serious topic, reflect on how you can use play in appropriate and safe ways. David can use PBL by playing a game where children differentiate wants and needs. The needs can reflect rights in the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child or another document in your country. After the game, he can use discussion to introduce the concept of rights and connect rights to responsibilities. When you plan your session, you can look at P.O.W.E.R, think of other games the children enjoy, or make your own. Remember, you can change the activity to suit your learning objective. David decides to use a P.O.W.E.R game called Evens and Odds, because the children played it before and liked it. In this game, children split into two groups called Evens and Odds, and chase each other to different ends of the playing area, depending on the answer to a math equation. David modifies the game by naming one team wants and the other needs. And instead of a math equation, the game leader shows and reads aloud a want or a need. If it's a want, such as to eat candy, the wants chase the needs. If it's a need, like to be safe, the needs chase the wants. As you plan your lesson, think about how you will meet the learning objective through play and how you can share decision-making with children. In David's activity, what decisions can children make? One idea is to have children create cards with things they need and want. They can also set the size of the playing area. For more ideas, check pages 16 to 18 of your P.O.W.E.R manual and the video called Using P.O.W.E.R for Collaborative Play. As you work with children to modify the activity, make sure it still meets the learning objective and that they don't focus more on the rules than the objective. To help the children meet the learning objective, David can join the game to model how to play and ask questions. It's important that he asks questions as children play. He wants them to think critically about wants and needs and to recognize the difference. So after each round, he could ask the children to explain why an item was a want or need. He also changes the opening and closing reflections in P.O.W.E.R to discuss the learning objective. In your session, you can help children meet the learning objective by asking questions that bring out their lived experiences and previous knowledge about the topic. For example, what are some other needs children like you and your friends have that weren't mentioned in the game. Questions that highlight how they experienced the learning objective during the activity. For example, in the game, did any of the needs seem like wants? Which ones? Why? Questions that build their knowledge or skills by getting them to think more deeply. For example, are wants and needs different for different children? Explain. Questions that challenge them to apply the new learning. For example, if all children have rights, what responsibility do we have in how we treat one another? As you use PBL, remember to apply your organization's trainings and guidelines to make sure all children are physically and emotionally safe and able to participate fully. The opportunities to modify P.O.W.E.R activities to teach your lessons are endless, so give it a try.